Well, hi, BookTube. Bill Ruttenberg here with the Ruttenberg Library. I wanted to come to you with a book tag. It's Tag Tuesday, so I just got done watching Alan Braswell's channel, and he did the 50 questions you've never been asked tag. So I thought that I would do this one as well. Seemed like kind of a fun tag. So here we go. I'll leave the link to Alan's video down in the descriptions below. So 50 questions. Here we go. What's your favorite candle scent? It's funny that this is the first question because my wife and I just had an interesting discussion about this morning. My wife loves candles. I think my kids love candles. I can't stand them. The scents bother my breathing, and I just think they plain old stink. About the only candle scent, there's a couple of them that are all right, but I like freshly mowed grass. I love that candle scent smell. So, question number 2. Which female celebrity do you wish were your sister? So if I could pick my own sister, I would pick one from a rich family. I don't care what celebrity, as long as they're not too embarrassing. You know, I got to get a cut in the money, and hey, hello retirement. And question number 3, which male celebrity do you wish were your brother? And kind of the same thing. Any of them that have got a little moolah, I'll take them as my sibling. Anyway, number 4. How old do you think you'll be when you marry? Well, I'm already married, and I've been married. This is we'll be going into our 19th year of marriage, and got married back in 2001. I was 21 years old, so I was a young pup. Number 5. Do you know someone who is a hoarder? Well, my wife says I'm a book hoarder, but I like to just say book collector. But no, I can't think of anybody right off the top of my head that I would consider a hoarder, a true hoarder anyway. Number 6, can you do the splits? Absolutely not. It hurts to see people do the splits. There was one time back in my young athletic days where I could probably come close to doing them, but there is no way I could do it now. I'd probably not just pull a muscle, I'd probably rip it and shred it. It would not be a pretty sight. Number 7. How old were you when you learned to ride a bike? I was around 5 years old. I think I was in my second foster home, and my foster brothers and sisters put me up on a 10-speed. Remember, I was 5 years old, and I was pretty short to begin with, and they put me up on a 10-speed and pushed me down the hill. And that was my first stages of learning to ride a bike. You can imagine how that went. Number 8, how many oceans have you swum in? I have swam in one ocean, that's it, the Atlantic Ocean. My family took a trip when I was in middle school, I believe. May have been in high school, I can't remember. Might have been in high school. But we went to Virginia, and I got to go to Virginia Beach and swim in the ocean there. I have swam in the Gulf of Mexico, but I've never been to any other ocean. Number 9, how many countries have you visited? Other than the United States, I've only visited one. I visited Mexico. On our honeymoon, we went across the border and went into some of the shops, and came back. And I haven't been back to another country since. I've been really close to Canada, but I never went across the border. Number 10, is anyone in your family in the Army? I do have family in the military, in various military branches. Yeah, I have now and in the past. Number 11, what would you name your daughter if you had one? Well, I have 2 daughters, Crimson and Katie, but if I got to choose some other names, and I got to choose them. My wife didn't get to argue with me. I always liked the name Elizabeth. I like Caroline. I like Isabel. Number 12, what would you name your son if you had one? Well, I don't have any boys, but I would definitely like to name one after myself, William II. I've always wanted to name a boy Lincoln, and I always like the name Thomas. So those would be 3 names I would like to have if I had a son. Number 13, what's the worst grade you got on a test? Well, that's fairly simple. I've flunked a test before. I've had an F. I remember Spanish class, I had an F, and I'm pretty sure there were some other tests along the way. We don't need to air out the dirty laundry. Number 14, what was your favorite TV show as a kid? Well, when I was really little, I always loved the Smurfs. I loved G.I. Joe. And I can remember my little brother and I really loved Alf. Those were some fun shows. Number 15, what did you dress up as for Halloween when you were 8? I remember around that time period, I don't know if I was 8 or not, but I dressed up as a vampire, and I got some goofy pictures to prove that. I will not show you those. Number 16, have you read any Harry Potter, Hunger Games, or Twilight? I have read all 3 series at various points, and I had various opinions of all 3 of those. Thank you, my daughter, and thank you, my wife. Would you rather have an American or British accent? Well, I live in America. I would rather have an American accent. Nothing against British. I'm in America. It's no use of having a British accent. Number 18, did your mother go to university? Depends on which mother. My biological mother, no, she never graduated high school. But my adopted mother, yes, she went to Missouri Western State College, now State University. Are your grandparents still married? Well, both of my sets of grandparents are dead. However, when they passed away, my maternal side, yes, they've been married for forever since, let's see, they died in 2003 and 2004, and they had been married since 1945 or 6, somewhere in there. I can't remember exactly the year. So they were married a very long time. And then my paternal grandparents, no, both my grandma and grandpa had divorced, and then they remarried, and my grandpa had divorced again. So, number 20, have you ever taken karate lessons? Nope. Number 21, do you know who Kermit the Frog is? Yes, and I know who Miss Piggy is. Number 22, what was the first amusement park you visited? I believe Worlds of Fun. We used to go every year during middle school to Worlds of Fun, and I'd been there before that, but that's the one I've been to the most, and was I think the first one. Number 23, which language would you like to be fluent in? Other than English, because it would be nice to be fluent in English. Other than English, I would like to be fluent in Spanish. That would be nice, because we do have a growing Hispanic population, and I think that would probably be handy. That's what I tell all my kids at school too. Number 24, do you spell it gray, G-R-A-Y, or gray, G-R-E-Y? And for me, depends on how I'm using it. Is this a last name of a person? Because I know last names spelled both ways. Or are you talking about the color? Are we in Britain? Are we in America? Yeah. Number 25, is your father bald? Yes, looks a lot like me. Number 26, do you know triplets? I don't think so. I know several sets of twins, but I can't think of any triplets. Number 27, do you prefer Titanic or The Notebook? I don't know, I liked them both. Depends on how much time. If I've got like all afternoon and evening, maybe Titanic. If I only have a couple hours, The Notebook. I like them both. Number 28, have you ever had Indian food? Yes, I have. It's one of my favorites. It is absolutely wonderful. It is delicious. We like to go down to Zona Rosa in Kansas City in the Zona Rosa Shopping Center, and we like to eat at Swaggit. It is an excellent, excellent Indian restaurant. Absolutely love it. Best time to hit it is at lunchtime when they've got the buffet. Number 29, what's the name of your favorite restaurant? I have no idea. I love food. I love all kinds of restaurants. I don't know if I have an all-time favorite. Swaggit's got to be up there. It's got to be one of the higher ranking ones. Number 30, have you been to Nando's? Where? Number 31, do you belong to any warehouse stores? I'm not sure what that means. Do I have a membership to? I'm not sure what that means, so I'm going to skip that one. Number 32, what would your parents have named you if you'd been the opposite gender? I have no clue. Number 33, what's your nickname? Well, my actual name is William, but I go by Bill, so you could definitely say that's a nickname. I've got a friend at school that I work with. He likes to call me Wild Bill. I'm not real sure why, but Wild Bill. And then when I was younger, if you guys remember the movie Rookie of the Year, the little boy the Disney movie, he falls, breaks his arm, and when they reset the tendon or something's too tight and he throws really, really hard. Anyway, if you remember that movie, Ruttenberg, Gardenhoser, Rosenbagger, yeah, my last name's Ruttenberg. I've heard all of those. That movie was popular, and some of the older kids like to use those. I've heard them all. Number 34, who's your favorite person in the world? Oh, this is an easy one. My favorite person in the world is my wife. I absolutely love her. She's my best friend. I can tell her anything. I don't know what I'd do without her. Number 35. What would you rather live in, the country or the city? And I would rather live out in the country, or in a rural setting anyway. I think there's less to worry about. I mean, we got our issues, but in the city, it's a whole new ball game, and I think I'm more suited to the rural area. Number 36, can you whistle? Number 37, do you sleep with a nightlight? No. That is if you don't count when I fall asleep to the TV. Number 38, do you eat breakfast every morning? Well, that depends. During the summer, yes, I eat breakfast every morning. But during the school year, when school's going, I get to school pretty early, and I'm just not hungry yet. My coffee is good. Sometimes I wish I would have ate breakfast as the school day gets going. But I usually take a snack for the mid-afternoon. So brunch, if you want to call it that. Number 39, do you take any daily pills or medication? Nope. Although my allergies are starting to make me wonder if I should. Number 40, what medical condition do you have? Well, I've got some issues with anxiety sometimes, and recently in the last, 5, 6, 7 years, I've had some major back issues, and yeah. Number 41, how many times have you been to the hospital? It's a few times. I don't know the exact number. I know I went when I broke my thumb. I know when I was real little, we had a car accident and I had to go get stitches. Some of you may have seen this scar in my head. Yeah, when I've been down like doing shelf tours and stuff, that scar is actually from my mother's teeth. We got in a car accident and I was sitting on her lap in the pickup truck we were driving in. And yeah, ouch. Number 42, have you ever seen Finding Nemo? Yes, I have. I have 2 young kids, and we've watched that several times. Number 43, where do you buy your jeans? Wherever they are cheap. I think the last pair may have been Target, Walmart, Sam's Club, TJ Maxx. I don't know. Wherever they're the cheapest. Number 44, what's the last compliment you got? I was trying to think and what the last one was. I'm not sure, but I know I've heard my daughter, my 3-year-old, say, "Daddy, I love you. You make me smile." So I'm going to take that as a compliment. Number 45, do you usually remember your dreams in the morning? Not always. I never fully remember them. Sometimes I remember bits and pieces, but used to. I don't anymore. What flavor tea do you enjoy? I like Lipton, sugar tea, southern style, sweet tea. I don't like the flavors. My daughter and my wife love the flavors. I don't like the flavors. Number 47, how many pairs of shoes do you currently own? I was trying to add them up. We're kind of in between here where I've got my old ones that are about ready to be thrown away and my new ones that we just bought. I'm just going to say 5. I think that's close. Between dress shoes, tennis shoes, and like stuff for work, like athletic shoes, like outside sneakers and stuff. Number 48, what religion would you raise your children to practice? We raise them to practice Christianity. Number 49, how old were you when you found out Santa wasn't real? It was first grade, and we got taken out of our taken out of our home and put into our first foster home, my little brother and I, and it was literally right before Christmas, like the week before Christmas. And I remember after being there a couple days, Christmas came and I stayed up all night to see if Santa Claus was there. And so, you know, a lot of hard realities hit me that, I think that was 1987-ish, 86 or 87. So I was either 6 or 7. But I had a lot of harsh realities that year. And Santa was one of those harsh realities. And number 50, why do you have a blog? I don't. I don't have one that I regularly tend. I tried that for a short period of time, and it's just not me. I'm not technologically sound, and I don't know that anybody was reading it, so I don't know. Anyway, this has been the 50 questions you've never been asked tag. Thank you if you stayed this long to watch it, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you.